Unicorns and glitter and taxidermy critters are just some of the things they like. They also enjoy 80s hair bands, Grizzly Adams and John Goodman, so if you think that's weird then you can take a hike. But the things they enjoy the most are making art and cracking jokes, so without further ado, here are your hosts. You've got your two artsy gals, your two artsy gals. Here are your two artsy gals.
Hey everybody, this is Katie.
This is Lonnie.
And you're listening to Two Artsy Gals. Yay! I'm super excited today because one of my favorite people is here, so we're not going to have any intro shit. But we're doing our first in-studio interview with Anne. Wait, how do you say your last name?
Morando.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I didn't want to fuck it up and say it wrong. Anne Morando. She is my tattoo artist. She is my friend, and she is fucking awesome. And you guys are also jealous because you don't know her. Hi, Anne.
Hi, Katie.
She's going to have trouble following up with that kind of an intro.
Hi.
So, we're just going to bullshit, guys. That's all we're doing. We're just talking.
Yeah.
No plan.
Cool.
No nothing. Anne's rad. I think you did my first tattoo. How long has Adorn been open?
15 years.
So it's been probably close to that.
Which was the first one? Which one? Oh, God, that was ages ago.
Yeah, I think maybe... Yeah, I just went the fairy. I can't make words. The fairy. It was before Kurt and I were married, and we've been married. Kurt and I have been together for 14 years. So I would say it's probably 13, 14 years ago.
Every September is another year that Adorn's been open.
Okay.
So we're coming up on 15 pretty quick.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's been that long.
Me either.
That's nuts. She works at Adorn Body Art, by the way, in West Side. If you are in the Portland area, you should go there. If you're not in the Portland area, call ahead and make an appointment for when you're going to be here because it's hard to book her sometimes. Although you don't do softball anymore, do you?
I do.
You still do?
I do.
So if you can't do
yesterday,
you can't get a fucking appointment with her during softball season.
You just have to wait.
You just have to do it ahead.
Yes, please. I only work 4 days a week.
Is really?
I work Tuesday through Friday, and then I play ball on Wednesday and Friday nights. So I'm pretty lucky to be able to do that. I like it. I used to work 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You used to work Saturdays, didn't you?
I did.
Oh man.
Saturdays are walk-ins day.
That would fucking suck. So you don't have to work on any of the Friday the 13th special things that you guys do or any of that, or do you choose to?
I don't have to, or I tend to be booked up ahead of time, so I get out of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's funny. I don't know. I have a couple of friends that always do that.
It's really hard. It's hard on the artist. It's hard on my counter.
Yeah.
It's hard on the location, on the shop. It's,
cause you just basically have a whole fuck ton of people waiting to get.
And unfortunately they're frequently, impatient and demanding. And they don't quite get the point of it. This is a for fun promo, $13 tattoo. Your artist and your counter are working really hard to make you happy. So to be demanding and impatient because you got there at 2:00 when people have been waiting for 2.5 hours ahead of you is kind of hard sometimes.
People are
it kind of sucks the joy out of it.
Yeah.
What started as a really cool, a kind of fun promo idea has gotten to be really hard on everybody involved.
Well, I can't imagine that it was ever not hard on, because that's. I have friends that do it. I think other shops do it too.
Oh yeah, it's turned into a thing.
So it's like a thing. But I know I have friends that do it at Adorn and they go other places, multiple places in a day. And so you're spending your whole day waiting.
Yeah.
And those poor
for a
poor
very
artists.
small tattoo that's usually for a Friday the 13th. It's usually got a 13 in it. We've done Valentine's Day special, so it's the Heart's True Lovies. It's
the lovey-dovey shit.
The clients in, and then they love us because most all of our folks are pretty awesome. I mean, they really care about what they do. They care about the clients, they care about the art, they care about giving customers something special. So that's where I get with the promos where people are really demanding and they want it now and they're snarky.
I think
with
it just
our counter
attracts that
just trying to do.
Yeah, they're just doing their fucking job.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
The bargain basement shoppers are not there for the experience and the art of it.
No, and that's actually one thing that I like about I've been to other shops to look around, and
you can do that.
I always felt, well, even before you tattooed me, I waited till I was 30 to get my first tattoo. Nice. And mostly for monetary reasons, because when you have little kids, you can't go spend money on tattoos when you have to choose between food and tattoos.
Right.
Unless you're a really shitty mom, and then, you know, you do what you do, I guess. But Adorn, I never felt like I wasn't cool enough to be in there, or like they don't, because there are tattoo places that make you feel like that. Like they're too fucking cool for you.
Oh yeah, when I went out looking to get my first tattoo, the first place I went to, because I wanted some fern leaves, because I just felt connected to those. And the first place I went to, the guy was like, they're just going to end up looking like pot leaves. Don't you want a nice flower on your ass? And I was like,
you must be an awful artist if you can't make a fern that doesn't look like a pot leaf.
And then I was like, wow, no thanks, bye. Like, wow. But yeah, I had a few of those experiences until I found someone that's like, yeah, I'll draw something up for you. And I love what he drew, and it was fun, and it was great. Yeah, but I almost got scared. I was almost like,
I get scared before I get every fucking tattoo, which is ridiculous because I don't know. Actually, I was going to ask you. So, how do I count tattoos now? Like, are all of the stars one solid tattoo, and
one
then
sitting?
Yeah, huh?
One sitting.
One sitting. Okay, that's how we'll do it.
Or background filler if you're going to run them down your arm.
Yeah,
behind everything.
So, but I mean,
technically they don't count.
They don't count.
They all count.
They all count.
Every single one.
I'm not counting, but I'm just, you know, I mean,
I have clients that I love to pieces. Patty and Sadie, and Patty counts every single time we have sat, because she went into it kind of opposed to the whole thing. Yeah, Sadie.
That's interesting.
Sadie's just covered and she's fabulous, and Patty was just like, I don't know, and now. Every single time we've sat, and she has like Ladybug and memory ofs, and then the paw prints and memory ofs, and she every single time we've sat is a tattoo to her.
That's so
even
fun.
If we've just touched stuff up. I love them. My clients are fabulous.
How fun.
You guys always have such fun people coming in there.
I'm really lucky. I do, but part of it is because I try not to look at clients and go, that's really stupid. Don't you just want a flower on your ass?
Yeah. I mean, that's just
not customer service.
I was shocked. I was like, I can't
sorry.
believe you just said that to me. But I was like 19 and, all cute and young. And so I'm sure he just wanted to tattoo my ass.
He wanted to see your butt.
Yeah, and I was like,
sorry.
no.
What a fucking pig.
Yeah. I was like, no.
That's so gross.
Yeah, it was really
and unfortunate.
Creepy.
And I'm really glad that you walked out, because a lot of times they don't. And that's one of the things that I really try and tell my counter is, you know what, you're dealing with first timers that are scared or nervous, or they don't know what to expect, and it's on us to be nice. This is a customer service industry. I am a customer service professional. That is what I'm supposed to be doing. I am not a rock star. I'm not
but you
gracing
are kind of a rock
you
star.
with my presence and my art. Like it's an honor that thanks. But I mean, it's an honor that people come to me. It's an honor that people will wait a month to get tattooed when there are shops on every corner now.
Yeah,
and I appreciate that. And
Portland's fucking littered with tattoo shops. So it is. They're everywhere, and they're honestly, actually,
Vancouver too.
For listeners, true. Well,
more and more.
Yeah,
Vancouver. What do they say about Vancouver's Portland's? I don't know, something.
I know, that's the first thing that came to my mind.
No.
Taint?
Attic. I don't know.
You just really want to hear that story.
So, well, I was going to say, like, really, for listeners, what should people be looking at in a tattoo place? When you walk in, what would tell you, turn around and get the fuck out?
Horrible, crappy attitude, dirty, not willing to take the time to listen to you and your ideas, trying to convince you that your idea is crappy. Like, if you wanted that fern frond, but you wanted it the size of a nickel, okay, well, that may not work.
Yeah,
that's complete and total resistance to your ideas, because sometimes I'm just a copy machine, and sometimes it's important. It's really important. And a lot of times I think these days tattoo artists are very, I'm a rock star. I can do what I want on you. And, you want a fern, I'm going to do a daisy.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. So attitude, if you walk into a shop and somebody gives you attitude, turn around and walk out. Because, again, Portland is littered with shops. And in the Northwest in particular, you have a 60-40 chance that you'll walk into a shop where somebody is phenomenal. There are fantastic artists in town, in the Northwest. So a little bit of research. Look for portfolios. Look for cleanliness. Look for the fact that they're willing to give you information and spend 5 minutes talking to you. That being said, if you walk into a studio and it's Friday the 13th or they're cram-packed, with people, and that counter person's busy, don't get pissy because they didn't drop to their knees and basically suck your dick because you walked in the door.
No, true.
I mean, take into
well, it's
account
like anywhere else.
They're busy.
Would you be mad if you walked into a restaurant and it was busy and you had? Well, some people would be.
Yeah, some people are. Yes, yeah.
Because I've been in. You couldn't fucking pay me enough money to be a waitress ever again in my life. I was a waitress when I was younger. I was a waitress at the Hot Cake House.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Oof. And it was fucking
brutal.
Awful. I have never been, and I worked.
Did you have to work those drunkie shifts?
Yep.
Oh.
I worked when the bars let out and everybody came in, and I have never been. I was like 19 and skinny and cute, adorable. And I got groped more than I have ever been groped in my life. And people are, look, I like drinking, but drunks are fucking annoying when you're not drunk.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you're trying to get your job done. Drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And
you're like, fuck you. Well, actually, I didn't last very long on that shift. I said, I'm going to quit if you don't move me to a day shift.
I was probably a customer back then, and I hope I was really nice to you if you were ever my waitress.
I remember you. And this is a slow plot. I'm luring you in so I can pay you
crush back. Vengeance shall be yours.
No, but we had junkies that used to come in every Sunday morning. It was the weirdest thing. They would come in. They would get their breakfast. They both always got pancakes. And then they would get the nods. And their faces would fall into their syrupy pancakes. And for an hour, they would lift their heads and try to dab the syrup off. And then their face would fall back in their pancake again. And then they would just get up and leave. They never ate a bite of their food. Every fucking Sunday. They didn't bother anyone. Well, other than church families going, what are they doing? And I'm like,
why are they sleeping in their pancakes?
Little pancake
you know what?
Ritual.
It's their fucking pancake nap. We used to call it, we called them the pancake nappers.
Oh.
It was crazy. It was weird. But yeah, the point being, I don't like customer service work.
Customer service is hard, and it definitely takes a certain personality.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Multitasking is good. Pleasant is good. The ability to answer the same ridiculous question over and over and over.
Oh, yeah.
I will say, that's another thing, the counter girls. And I think when you guys first opened, there was always the same few, but over the years, actually, especially lately, it seems like every time I come in, there's a new girl behind the counter. But they, it's not like I come in every week. So.
I know. There is that. We get them and we train them, and then sometimes they move on to bigger and better things. Yeah. We have a couple that one's tattooing now, one's piercing now.
Well, one moved over to the other side, too. Didn't she?
The other side, like the dark side?
No, the dark side. The other side, the other location.
Side? What do you mean? No. Oh, the east side.
Yeah.
Brett, who started piercing.
Oh my God, she's adorable. With the cute glasses. I love her so much.
She's fabulous.
But everybody's always been super nice.
She's piercing though now too. She's not counter. She's piercing, and then Agnes, my Agnes, who's adorable, also is tattooing, and they're both fabulous. Gosh. And so it's interesting to come from to basically move them up through the routine.
And I am such a dick bag because I forget his name all the time, and I love him so much. The piercer,
Ben.
I
transitioning into managing.
Fucking love Ben so much.
Ben is a character.
I'm not gonna lie. I might have a little bit of a crush on Ben.
Ben is a character and a half.
The first time we took August in to see, maybe it was the first time. I don't remember. He came in to watch me get a tattoo once, and he was pretty young. He was like 12, 13-ish.
Yeah.
And Ben goes, "Have you ever seen a herpy?" Just to fuck with him. And August goes, and he's like, "Dude, relax. I'm just kidding." It was so fucking funny though, but still to this day, that is a joke in our family. Like when we're in uncomfortable situations, one of us looks at the other and goes, "Have you ever seen a herpy?"
Oh my God, he's so dead.
It was funny. He's my favorite. I love him so much now. I've been trying to think of something to have him pierce, but I kind of... I just
so many things.
I have these weird things like, as I am with tattoos, I need to have my piercings symmetrically placed on my body. I cannot fucking handle asymmetry. It freaks me out. So I have my septum. I have a little Brett. I do not. I know. I don't want a belly button. Plus, really, no one wants to look at that now.
Oh,
like maybe when I was 20 and I had abs, but that I don't like those. I don't even like my belly button touched.
Yeah, I know.
So I can't imagine that I would enjoy that
really,
sensation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I've been thinking about something. I just want him to pierce me.
But the thing is, if you do the balance, you need 2. Because I 2 and 2, 2 and 2.
See, and I have nerve damage in this ear, so that's why I've kind of steered away from the ear shit. But those, I would have him do those.
That'd be cute.
He's so cute.
They're tiny.
They are little teeny tiny. And they would go with my little... Well, Desta told me that would be really hard to do them. She's like, I don't know if I could get a hold of those. I'm like, you got my septum. You can do that. Because she hates doing septums. She's always like, I hate this piercing.
I think most of them hate doing septums. It's a
hard to
thing
get them
them
straight.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Oh,
That's why I have a hoop.
yeah.
Because mine is a little bit crooked. Because your sweet spot doesn't line up on both sides equally.
Our bodies aren't symmetrical anyway.
No, and Desta had to back out and go back through. I think she did it 3 times and then I was done. I'm like, all right, it's straight enough. She's like, I'm only doing this because I love you. Because I really hate doing septums.
She does. She does. She has for years.
So, plus well, I don't know. Well, I suppose she puts her fingers in worse places than noses.
Yes.
So,
if you're going to go to your tattoo shop, please be bathed.
Oh my God,
and
are
sober.
you?
Yeah.
Why people do not bathe?
Is that just a wives' tale that like you shouldn't get tattooed when you're drunk because of bleeding?
The bleeding part is kind of a wives' tale. The part about drunkies, as we've kind of discussed, is drunkies do not want to sit still. Oh. They have horrible taste. They don't want to sit still. They want to tell you a joke. They want to go to the bathroom. They want to flail. They want to do anything but sit still and get tattooed or pierced. And then they
well, you never know how they're going to be belligerent
how drunky you are, you bleed a little more, but it's kind of 6 and you're going to bleed no matter what happens.
Yeah.
I always go out and drink
that's
after.
the least of the concern of the drunkenness.
Yes. So not because you have to be on a bender to thin your blood out that much.
Yeah. The other thing I imagine is like because it's such an intense customer service thing. Like if someone's like, ow, 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 like freaking out with the pain, like how do you...
I don't think it hurts that bad.
But I think some people do. Like, isn't it men that tend to don't take the pain as well?
Like Kurt's
I've heard
a total
that.
puss about getting tattooed.
I don't know.
So there's a couple different things.
I know.
there.
Sorry.
No. Well, everybody takes pain different. Mm-hmm. Women from the start generally do the like, I'm scared, I'm nervous, this is gonna hurt. Men wait until it's too far gone to be like, yeah, can I have a, and then they pass out. Like they tend to be rough through it, and I'm gonna be tough and don't cop to like, hey, that really is uncomfortable. Can I have a minute? That being said, part of the customer service end of it for me is to make sure that you are calm and you're not freaking out. And if I'm about to tattoo you and you're already cringing away from me, going ow, 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 we need to stop and have a conversation and be calm. And
that just makes me so irritated.
Into the
I know people doing it. Well, when you were doing one of my tattoos, I think it was Justin, maybe, or no, who's the other rockabilly guy that was there for a while?
We had an Eli for a long time.
Maybe it was him. He was tattooing some lady that was just fucking screaming. I'm like, how can he fucking stand that? Like, how is he doing that? I would want to just kind of like go somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think it was when you were doing this one, and we're just sitting there, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Is that somebody actually?
Everybody deals
screaming.
Yeah. And the thing is, if I'm tattooing you and you're screaming and yelling and moaning but holding still so I can get my job done, then scream and moan and yell and I'll shut the door. If you're screaming and moaning and yelling and wincing and moving and pulling away and not just sitting still, then we have to stop. And okay, well maybe we'll stop at the outline, maybe. And there's all sorts of factors for how you're going to sit. Like if you're a woman and you're anywhere near your menstrual cycle, it's going to hurt worse. If you're
really, that's interesting to know.
That's why they say don't get waxed when you're on your cycle. That's why there's a whole lot that goes with that
So
I don't either.
I got an IUD, so I don't.
I did the depot for years.
I'm on mine right now.
Like,
I just want to know that.
Let's not tattoo her. No, I did have someone
get tattooed right now.
I had someone tell me that they wouldn't wax me wax my lip.
You're just more sensitive. Really? Everything's more sensitive. You don't want to get tattooed when you're sick. You don't want to, that's an immune system thing. If you're already fighting off a cold or a flu or something, I don't want what you have. Exactly. I need to work in the morning.
Don't take your germs places.
And B, you're going to try and heal two things now. Your fresh open wound. Oh, and this cold. And so it's kind of an immune system
After
impact.
I got my last tattoo from you, I came down with a cold like 2 days later. Yeah. And I feel like it did take
a little longer to heal.
Because I usually heal way faster than
your body was
the time
trying
that
to heal
like
stuff.
Because they say like 2 weeks or whatever before you say
2 to 4 is your full healing
before you can like get wet, get in the pool and stuff. But I'm normally done like about a week and a half. I'm done flaking. I'm done with everything.
My version of the aftercare with the bandage overnight tends to get people healed pretty quick. You're still healing under the surface. It's a 4 to 6 week process, the whole thing, But if we can get that top layer to slough off and be done, then you can.
Yeah, it probably took about 2.5 weeks before all my little stars, the last one. Just because I came down with a cold and it fucking hit me hard. I was sick.
That was like, when did we do that? Winterish?
Winterish, yeah.
November?
Yeah, I brought my niece. Because we did like an emergency babysitting thing. Her parents called the last minute and were like, can you watch her? And I'm like, yeah. Is it okay if she goes and watches me get a tattoo? She could have fucking cared less.
I
gave her my iPad.
Oh,
I thought she would ask lots of questions because she always asks about my tattoos and wants to know. Mainly, she's grossed out by skulls and she wants to know why I have skulls on my body. She's like, "Why do you do that?" And I said, "Because I think skulls are pretty.
Yeah,
I said, you have a skull under your face. And she goes, I do not. Actually, yeah, you do. But I thought she would be really interested in asking Anne a lot of questions or want to know what was going on. She was like, you old bitches are boring. I'm over here doing stuff. Until Kurt got there. And then when Kurt got there, it was a party. Like he came after work and she's like, thank God, get me out of here. These people are boring. We're boring. So Lonnie's dying to hear a story of the worst / most interesting place you've ever tattooed.
Basically somebody's taint.
So what were they getting tattooed there? Was it a word?
No.
Was it like, hey?
No.
Hey!
No, they were, he was pretty much covered everywhere, and it just kind of was a connecting everything together.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he sat through a lot.
That sounds horrifically painful to have your taint tattooed.
Like, it does.
Really, on any of the, I can't think of a place that I would want tattooed less right now.
No.
I'm trying really hard.
Bottom of your foot would also be
that would be awful.
No. Yeah,
back of your knee is not good.
Would you? Oh no, that probably wouldn't. I don't know. I'm afraid of this here. I don't want the underarm spot.
Ticklish
I honestly, I had Louie over at Atlas Tattoo years ago. Those guys are so awesome. He did my little foot pedal, and he did the outline, and it was so easy. I just said, do the color, get it done. Yeah, and he wouldn't. I had to come back, but that one was not bad for me. There's spots that are weirder.
Where there's more fatty tissue that it's less.
Sometimes everybody's different.
I don't know. The worst tattoo I've ever had done was my tramp stamp, just where it all came together just above my tailbone. Didn't like that spot. It made me do this involuntary leg twitch, and I kept going, I'm sorry, I'm not doing that on purpose. It just, when she hit this one spot, my leg would go, and I was like, what is happening? That's the worst spot.
The involuntary.
I don't even want that touched up no one sees that. I could hold off forever.
Okay.
But everything else, nothing else has really bothered me.
There's kind of like the back of your forearm. Anything that's between like ligaments and tendons tends to be weirdly sensitive. The top of your foot, that's flaming razor blades. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't think I would want the top of my foot done either. Feet in general are pretty sensitive, I think.
Yes.
You have a lot of nerves in your feet.
Thin skin, lots of nerve endings, yes. And like my lower back was terrible also, but that was a gentleman years ago who was very heavy-handed.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. Anna's not heavy-handed.
Yeah.
Not generally.
No.
I only have one.
Color a lot.
Comparison.
Where's yours?
It's just in between my shoulders.
A little fern frond?
Yeah. It's like he made like an infinity symbol with ferns.
Cute.
I really like what he drew.
I didn't like the one on my upper neck just because it vibrates up into your brain. I feel like the brain's getting scrambled.
Close to my shoulder blade, that was like, whoa, that's kind of that's stingy, but yeah.
I kind of get into a zone though when you're like the murr of the gun kind of is like you just kind of go somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. We bullshit.
A lot of people
we spend so much time jibber jabbering though.
Yeah, we have to book extra. I have actually a few clients that I have to book extra time for.
Because we
jibber jabber. We're going to talk. Book them an extra hour. Yeah. So and I don't charge for that.
She talks a lot. Let's do this.
Yeah.
But that sounds fun.
I really do. I on a good day, it's like I have about a 95-5 ratio, and I have like 95% of my clients that are they're Katie's. They're absolutely fabulous. They're wonderful. I enjoy them as people. Mm-hmm. I like sitting and having a conversation with them. I like to sit with them. Even if I don't like their artistic stuff, what we're doing, it's like I like them as people. And then there's the 5% that make me really, really appreciate the 95.
Yeah, and you need that. I mean, that's the only balance. I mean, if it was more than 5%, it would probably be like almost impossible to, because those
I think so
difficult clients, are just
very
difficult,
very difficult,
and
it is.
I can imagine.
Well, and it's not like you're just like, serving them food or something. You have to sit with them for a piece of time.
It's so intimate.
I was just going to say, it's a really intimate job that a lot of people don't, because everybody and their mother can be a tattoo artist these days. TV says so. I disagree.
I disagree too. I can't. Yeah, you'd have to be very open, and
I think that we're
open and guarded and protected.
Yeah,
there's
because you can't let too much in.
No, God, there's psychic vampires out there.
Yeah,
and
totally.
If I'm a little off,
that is good.
It happens a lot. And if I'm a little off and I'm not either paying attention or I'm just not like shields up, shields up, I go home and I'm just done. I'm drained.
Yeah.
And
I know people just like, I have friends like that some days you're like, oh God, I need a nap after fucking talking to you. You're sucking my will to live out.
Yes.
Some days. It is. Some people are like that. Sometimes. It's crazy.
I hope I've never done that to you.
I wouldn't be your friend.
And vengeance is Lonnie's now.
Yes. She's going to get me.
I admire tattoos so much. I kind of wish I had more, but I just have that one. I don't know why. I just never got more. But
it's an investment for sure,
and it's permanent.
Mm-hmm.
If something comes along, you'll know it. Like when it walks across, and you go, "Oh, that's it."
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Bing.
Yeah,
you'll know. It'll.
See, and I constantly have this chatter, arty, crazy brain thing going on in my head.
Bing.
So I'm always like, "Oh, I wish I could get that tattooed." Oh wait, sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and go, that would be such a fucking awesome tattoo. And I have to write something down. So I really don't think I'll ever have enough money to have all the tattoos that I think that I need to have.
Yeah.
And then I try to, she cracked me up the last tattoo I got. I said, so I want to work on this half sleeve, like getting this half sleeve going. She's like, Katie, you know that if you have all this up here, and then you do half a sleeve, that it just makes a whole sleeve, right? And I'm like, but it's really sparse. I mean, she's like, so you have a sparse sleeve. What are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know.
Make it be so.
So, if I could afford it, I'd come to you. Like, I would have this weird healing cycle.
I have a couple clients that are, one in particular, we're doing very large wings down both arms and down his back.
Oh my gosh!
But we're on about every 2 or 3 week cycle, so we do like one side and then the other side, and so I've been seeing him pretty regular for 5 or 6 months.
And that's amazing.
It is amazing, and he's amazing, and it's huge. It's just fantastic. It's fantastic.
That's so
trust
awesome.
me, and it's pretty cool.
I'll post your a link to your portfolio is up on the website, right? Some of it.
Yes, maybe it should be. We've been revamping the website, and so but I think it's in process of being updated, and it's needed updating for a long time now.
Well, I'll post a link to the website and your portfolio, so people can go look at you.
Please.
So, are there times where people come in and they just look at your work and say, "I want that on me"? Like they come in without their own.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I was wondering, is that hard? I mean, do you have your own art that you hope to put on someone that?
There's lots of things that we've drawn up that people haven't done. It's kind of that. It's Agnes. My Agnes at work has a really cool charity thing she's doing now, and I think the next one's going to be the Pixie Project, and it's kind of like, here's a sheet of tattoos that we want to do, and if you pick one off of this sheet, like the proceeds go to the Pixie Project, you know, after the shop gets their in.
Cool.
That's Agnes's thing. She's so
That's a really awesome idea.
She wants to do the Pixie Project, and I think once softball's over and I can actually have the time to participate, I am a really big fan of Multnomah County Animal Services.
Awesome.
The pound out in Troutdale. I love them, and I love the people there, and I've gotten my last few dogs from there, and so I would like to do that kind of a event. You know, it's just, really cool. It's a certain Sunday or a Tuesday or whatever it is, and it's like, here's the tattoos we want to do, and
I've noticed on the Facebook page every once in a while something about that pops up.
And Agnes is just starting to spearhead that. It's
that's really neat.
Pretty fabulous. Well, we're all most all of us either have dogs, own dogs, love dogs, cats. We're all pretty much animal people.
Yeah.
So, and kids. Like we do kid charity and stuff too.
Kids.
You know? Yeah.
Kids.
Diseases, kids, dogs, pets. We're good.
You got it covered.
We'll cut you a gift certificate. It's cool. We'll donate.
That's funny. Well, I wanted to give you kind of a chance to talk about your newest hobby that you've been doing, because I'm kind of excited about it.
The jewelry classes?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it started with we were talking about the rock tumblers. It started with rock tumblers because I tend to like crystals and rocks and
shinies
and shinies and pretties and and I like the metaphysical attributes to them, and so I would like to figure out how to make them into jewelry. And I've been taking some jewelry classes up at Multnomah Arts College, which I really love them.
Yeah, and that's really close. Like I've been
to
work
also.
Yeah, Kurt and we want to take there's a class up there that we want to take, but it never fits into our schedule because we want to do the lost sand casting.
Yeah, that would be cool.
We really want to learn how, because he does reloading, so he has all the crazy melting things and what have you.
That would be fabulous.
But it never jives with our schedule though. But that is a cool place.
Summer, I've taken the summer off. I had taken a couple classes really steady, and then went, oh no, it's summer, and everything got distracted, and so
you're glad because it's full of kids up there in the summertime.
Is it?
Yeah,
oh.
They have like a lot of youth programs.
I'll go back at fall.
So yeah, not that there's anything wrong with kids.
No, other people's children are fabulous.
Yeah, right.
There are other people.
I have this weird attitude about kids lately because he's almost 20. It's not that I dislike children. It's just that I raised one, and right now I'm kind of doing the empty nest syndrome thing, and I'm learning to be okay with him not being around. So now I just leave your kids out. Not your kid.
Unfortunately, find the teenagers are terrible these days.
Horrible people.
Kind of. And I also think that's really not the teenager's fault. I think that's,
no, that's just who they are.
Your
They're
children
supposed
are so
to be
rude.
dicks.
They're kind of supposed to be dicks, but then your parents are supposed to do their job. Your teenager's not a dick. Your teenager's
he is to me, though.
Child. Well, that does,
because I'm his mom.
Yeah,
but
you're mom.
I like knowing that I can send him out in public and he can be. I like it when people tell me that I have a nice boy.
My nephews are the same way. They're horrible, awful little brats to each other, and then out in public, they're fabulously well-behaved children.
But no, I know what you mean. Some
are not.
No.
Which I don't understand.
One of my son's friends, he dropped out their senior year, and he came to the house, and my son and I were having it was mid-senior year, towards the end of senior year, and we were having some real, we were just having some issues.
Trials and tribulations.
Yes, that. A lot.
Technical difficulties.
Yes. And there was a lot of power struggle and just, your typical shit. But this kid came into my house and told me that if I didn't watch it, I would lose him. He would just, and I'm like, whoa, I have been fucking feeding you my food.
Pardon.
For 4 fucking years. I let you sleep in my house. I let you watch my fucking cable. I treat you like you're my own child, and you're gonna fucking come into my house and disrespect me like that? And he hasn't been back much, because I told him, I said, you need to mind your own fucking business. I don't know what you do with your mom, but this isn't your situation. And when I was a kid, for the record, when my friends started fighting with their parents, I fucking left.
See ya.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah. I'm like, oh God, I don't want to be here. This is weird.
Yeah. Right. And I'm certainly not going to jump in because I was also taught to respect my elders.
Yeah,
please and thank you and yes ma'am and no ma'am and talk back. No.
When I grew up in a small town, if that shit would have gotten back to my parents, which it would have before I ever got home.
Before you walked in the door.
They would know, and I would have an ass warming at the very least waiting for me. Because that kind of shit, because I mean, like, the town I grew up in had less than 900 people.
Yeah.
I couldn't fart at the bus stop without my mom knowing before I got home from school that day. So that would have been not okay at all. But back to your jewelry. Because you showed me a couple of your rings that you made.
Oh, the rings were fun.
I love that.
It's interesting. I haven't done anything for a month or two. It's been summer and I've just been distracted. There's been a lot.
Yeah, what kind of jewelry? Like what kind of materials?
Because initially it is cheaper. Playing with brass and copper, but like the ring in particular, it's sweat soldered, so it's two pieces together, and I really am having fun with the cutting out the top piece and then either textures underneath. It was kind of fun. That's the one I really liked. Just the brass copper, playing with the textures and what's possible, and sawing on metal, which is annoying as hell and somewhat meditative at the same time. Sawing little pieces of metal with a little jeweler's saw.
Oh, wow. Cool. Is it kind of like a little dental drill? Like, that's what I'm imagining. Something.
Saw. It's a saw. So there's a saw frame that's shaped like a C, like a big square C. And it's the teeniest, finest little saw blade. Like you have to set it in there with the teeth down so you can saw, and getting it in there the right direction it's a pain. It takes a little bit of doing it.
There's a learning curve for sure.
There's a little one. It's pretty much once you can get it in there and taut, it's got to be pulled taut, and then you start sawing on your metal.
That's crazy.
Cutting stuff out and pieces out, and it's kind of cool. It's fun. It's shapes and designs, and I tend to like a lot of like Art Nouveau-y kind of sensuous curves.
Yeah.
And so I've got a couple of pieces that they're Art Nouveau-y S's, for lack of a better, that I want to make earrings out of.
Ooh, that would be
big
cool.
Brass. They're kind of cool. They came out pretty cool.
That's neat.
Yay.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's interesting.
Did you make the necklace you're wearing?
I did not. This is just a bullet casing and a crystal. This was actually, this one in particular came from, she's got some local stuff. Her name's Leather Girl Kelly, and she does really
that sounds familiar to
beautiful reclaimed. She does like reclaimed out of forks and things, and she plays with rivets a lot, which I like rivets because you don't have to solder
rivets
anything.
Are fun.
Yeah, rivets are fabulous. And so this is a version I would like to figure out is the crystals and the bullet casings together. I like that.
I like
that
juxtaposition a lot. It's kind of cool.
That is a really cool. I didn't even realize that was a bullet casing until you said that.
I didn't
now
either.
I'm like, of course it is.
Yeah, because I was wondering. Yeah, I was like, how did they make that? Now
it popped it out. What I would like to figure out is how to not have to drill through the stones and not have them wire wrapped. There's a whole thing of I'm getting better with figuring I'm going to have to drill through stones.
That would be hard.
There's a Dremel and a setup and a thing, and it's like a Dremel tool and a flex shaft, and it needs to be figured out how to do it and not break them.
See, now this sick part of me is now thinking, checking off things that I need to buy.
Oh yeah.
Just because I think I need to have, I don't need to have those things.
A flex shaft and a Dremel on a station.
My brain's like, I need that. I need that. I don't need that. There's something fucking wrong with me.
This lady makes these. This is like one of the more simple ones. There's nothing wrong with you.
There's plenty wrong with you, but it's fabulous. Clay. All of it.
And I was like, that's an interesting idea to use like a clay, and then you don't have to drill or.
Let me see. I took a clay class. There was a whole thing about tumbling the rocks and maybe putting clay together, and you can't. You can maybe fire the rocks, but not because the crystals may shatter, and there's a whole thing with the clay.
Yeah, this is like a Fimo or something, like the oven.
Like a polymer clay.
But like a lot of her pieces are really amazing. This
That's
one's
lovely.
Kind of a simpler one, but I'm like,
okay.
Now I'm looking at rocks and going, I can just.
We did an episode on making beads a while ago, and now my brain's going, because we made beads out of plastic 2-liter bottles.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. I should get the beads and show. I'll dump them out on the table. Hold, please. Carry on.
Yes.
All right, then. Excellent.
Yeah. The jewelry is fun.
I love it. And I like one of the things that I do is I give away rocks. I like rocks. I like crystals. I like stones, and they don't have legs, and I just sort of think people need them.
Yeah.
I just think people need good energy a lot, so
yeah,
it's just medicine. But the clay, I like the idea of the clay because it's from the earth also.
Yeah.
I did not love my clay class, though.
No, was it your teacher, or was it just not an awesome thing for you?
It was a little bit of all
blowing
of
up in the kiln.
No, one thing disappeared. One never even made it out of the kiln. I don't know what happened to it. It was I walked in thinking it was a beginner situation, and it wasn't, so it turned out to be a little uncomfortable.
Oh, I think you told me about this class.
Yeah, it was a little uncomfortable.
Those are 2-liter bottles.
That's amazing, out of 2-liter bottles.
And these we made
You cut them and rolled them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you kind of heat them up, and they... Yeah.
Like Shrinky Dinks?
Kind of, yeah. And those are Tyvek envelopes, like the mailers.
Oh.
And you paint them, and then you, like, twist them and
they're so
hit them with the heat gun, and then where are they?
These turned out pretty, Katie.
Those, I love those.
The blue ones are fabulous.
Yeah.
And then those are paper.
Oh.
There's more in here, I swear.
I believe you. Paper ones are really cool. These are paper too, the little round?
Yep. They have
those turn out really
resin
cool.
on the
outside.
I was
going to say, okay, because they've got a
you heat it. It's I'm totally fucking brain farting now. Embossing resin. So you just roll it through that, and then
those are tribally. They're very beautiful.
Yeah, we did Fimo clay beads too. They're down in there. I'm trying to find them, but I just dumped them all in here.
Metal clay.
My friend Sharon plays with that. You have to have a little kiln to fire it. It's you can get a tiny little kiln, but it is fucking cool. You can make metal beads.
I have not played with this yet. It's a thing which might go right dovetail with that nicely.
Yeah,
with the
because you, if I understand correctly, thank you, Amazon. You can sculpt with it like you're using clay, and then you bake it, and it turns into metal. Yeah.
That would be great with the...
And it comes in like silver and gold color and bronze and copper. It
comes in the metal
settings for your rocks.
I got, when I got a little disgruntled. Did you know that gruntled is a word? We just never use it.
I was wondering. I've wondered
gruntled is a word.
What is the definition of gruntled?
Content?
What is disgruntled?
When you're content and happy?
Yes.
I'm very gruntled. That doesn't sound good. That's why we don't use it. Because it sounds like sounds like you have gas or something.
Yes, it's not a
I'm gruntled.
I'm gruntled. Well, I've always heard the word disgruntled, which I was disgruntled by my clay class. I was really looking forward to it, and then it was hard, and it was hard to keep up and understand what was happening.
Oh, man, yeah.
But I kind of stumbled across the metal clay that I
did
not look into more.
Yeah, Sharon has some, and I think she still has her tiny kiln. And I've been wanting to go over there and mess around with it, but she's.
And I didn't even realize or think about the fact they make small kilns, huh? They could just.
They just make little tiny ones.
It doesn't have to.
It doesn't have to be a big pottery kiln that'll you can have the paper ones if you want them. You want to take them? They're your prize for coming.
It's my prize.
Yay! You can have these.
Wait, stop. I'm like, there's a microphone in my way. I love them. Thank you.
That's funny. They're so. I got addicted to making those. That one day I got carried away. But.
No, they're because they were turning out so cool.
Yeah, no, they're definitely.
And those are just eyelets from the Sewing Notions aisle. Huh. Glued in either end to make them look all finished off.
And fancy.
Yeah.
I know, that's what I was saying. They were fancy.
They are fancy. I like the black one.
Fancy pantsy.
I find that hard to believe. We're mostly black.
Yeah, me too. Well, Anne, it has been awesome talking to you. I'm super glad we're running like 45 minutes, so we should probably wrap her up.
Okay.
But you're rad.
Thank you.
Thank you for being our first lesson cover. You're in my studio. It's so weird.
This is awesome.
I'm always in her studio.
This is awesome.
I feel like I feel bad because I don't have any awesome art. I cleaned it though and changed my desk blotter. And I told Kurt last night,
you have
I need
wall of art supplies. What more do you need?
I said, quick, I need to go make a mess so I can create something again because I can't do anything in a fucking orderly, tidy studio.
Yeah,
My brain's like, oh, it's too clean. What do I do? So I have to like dump out some containers.
Totally. I cleaned and moved and got rid and purged, and now I'm like, oh wait, I haven't picked up art stuff in a while.
Yeah. I just did a big purge of art supplies, and
that's so sad.
I have a lot of paint that dried up.
Yeah.
They're like just like those little cheapy acrylic things. Are they the really cheap shit like turns into like weird paint snot?
Yeah.
And you try to squirt it out and it's like this big booger of paint on and you're like, ew, it makes me a little gaggy. It's like
nail polish does the same thing.
Yeah.
You have nail polish for too long.
It gets a little grotto. Yeah. I know I tried to paint my fingernails with something like that the other day and I'm like, maybe if I mix a little nail polish remover in it and shake it up.
Sometimes that works.
I tried to do a bunch of old fingernail polish on a canvas. It was too snotty and gross. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Bummer, because that would have been cool.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome. Well, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to put up a link to the website.
Awesome.
So people can go look at your awesome portfolio.
AdornBodyArt.com.
And yes, AdornBodyArt.com. That's all it is.
Pretty much.
I'll link it on the blog. And
we have a fabulous new East location. She'll kill me if she hears this and I don't mention that we have a fabulous new East location.
With a
moved from Belmont to
pretty
Hawthorne.
fucking badass tiger. Is it a tiger in the lobby?
It's like a lion-y.
A lion-y thingy? I don't know. I saw her
crazy.
riding it on the Facebooks the other day, and I'm like, I want to go there just to sit on that.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's awesome.
39th and Hawthorne. And the new shop is beautiful.
Where is it on 39th and Hawthorne?
It's like right across the street from the Third Eye right there.
Really rad.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's a good location.
It's just a fabulous location.
That's they'll get a lot of foot traffic there.
Yeah, they already have.
Like
they're
tons.
doing well, and the artists there, they're fabulous.
I don't even know who works over there now.
Scott and Carla and Dustin, and they are wonderful. All three of them are pretty wonderful.
That's really cool. I think rad. Well, awesome. So yeah, go check out our website, you guys, so that you can get the link to her, to Adorn and to Anne's. I'll link your portfolio separately too, so everybody can see it. Cool. So they don't have to do any work.
It's probably under Diva Inc.
Diva Inc. Oh.
Yeah. You can't find my name.
That's right. I remember I was looking for you. I told someone and they're like, I don't see anything. I'm like, what? So I got
Diva Inc.
Yeah, Diva Inc. But yeah, so also follow us on the Facebooks, on the Twitters. We tweet. I tweeted something really dirty the other day. I don't remember what it was. It was hilarious though. But it was about the dildos hanging from the fucking power lines.
Nice.
In Portland, because we do that now, I guess.
What?
It's a thing.
What? You didn't hear that?
No.
Oh my God. It's all over the news. Somebody tied dildos together
like tennis
and vibrators like tennis shoes and we're throwing them over the power lines all over Portland. Because Portland.
Okay.
It's just weird. It's what we do. Remember, we still have our giveaway going on. So if we reach 200 likes on the Facebooks, then you're going to get a really awesome piece of artwork that Lonnie and I are going to make. We're in the process of making it. It's going to be really cool.
Yes.
And we'll post pictures when it's done. Subscribe to us on iTunes and Stitcher so that you can get new episodes all the time and leave us awesome feedback. And that's it. So next week, we are going to talk about foil engraving. And it's going to be fun. So until then, go make some cool shit, yo!
Do it now.